China's military capabilities amid a report the country recently tested a nuclear-capable hypersonic missile.
And still in China, the Defense Ministry reiterated that its hypersonic missile test was aimed at scientific research.
China has tested a weapon just like that flamethrower, a hypersonic missile, one that can shift the balance of power in the region.
For 70 years, the United States Navy has been the undisputed master of the seas, the ultimate symbol of American power. An 11-carrier-strong armada, each a floating fortress protected by the most advanced shield ever conceived. What if that shield could be shattered in an instant? What if the weapon that defeats this multi-trillion-dollar force isn't another fleet, but a 9-meter-long bolt of kinetic fury, traveling at speeds so extreme they defy interception? A weapon against which, right now, there is no defense. Welcome back to Global Strategic Analysis. Today, we are not discussing a theoretical weapon from a science fiction film. We are decoding a chilling reality: China's DF-ZF hypersonic glide vehicle. We will break down the revolutionary technology that makes it unstoppable and analyze the terrifying strategic implications for America as it faces a fundamental and unwelcome shift in the global balance of power. For decades, the doctrine of missile defense has been built on a simple, comforting principle of physics. What goes up must come down. A ballistic missile, whether launched from a silo in Siberia or a submarine in the North Atlantic, follows a predictable path, a high arching parabola through the vacuum of space. Our entire multi-billion-dollar missile defense architecture, from the Navy's sea-based Aegis system to the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, or THAAD, batteries protecting our troops and allies, was engineered to solve this single, elegant equation. Their powerful radars stare up into the heavens, waiting to spot a threat as it crests the horizon. They predict its landing zone by calculating its simple, unpowered arc. It is a system designed to shoot down a bullet with another bullet, a monumental achievement of engineering. But this magnificent shield has a fatal flaw, a tragic assumption. It assumes the enemy will play by the old rules. It assumes the threat will come from above. This assumption is now tragically, and perhaps catastrophically, obsolete. A problem has emerged that our entire defensive posture was never designed to handle. And this is Beijing's answer. Meet the Dongfeng 17, or DF-17. But the missile itself, as imposing as it is merely the delivery truck. The true revolution, the real game changer, is what it carries inside its nose cone, the DF-ZF hypersonic glide vehicle. This is not a ballistic missile. It is something far more insidious. The DF-17 launches like a conventional rocket, boosting its payload to the edge of space. But then, where a normal warhead would continue upwards on a predictable path, the DF-ZF separates. It is a wedge-shaped, unpowered vehicle designed for one purpose: to master the blistering interface between atmosphere and space. It dives back into the upper atmosphere, and then it pulls up. Like a stone skipping across the surface of a pond, the DF-ZF uses its aerodynamic shape to glide, surfing on its own shockwave at unimaginable velocity. We are talking about speeds between Mach 5 and Mach 10. That's up to 7,600 miles per hour. New York to Los Angeles in less than 25 minutes. But speed is only part of the equation. Its true power is its maneuverability. It doesn't follow a simple arc. It flies a depressed, flattened trajectory, weaving and banking within the atmosphere. It can change its target mid-flight. It can approach from vectors no defender would anticipate. It combines the speed of a ballistic missile with the maneuverability of a cruise missile, creating a hybrid threat of unparalleled lethality. So, what does this mean? The strategic implications are nothing short of cataclysmic. This isn't an incremental improvement. It's a paradigm break. First, it renders America's prized missile shields functionally useless. Our defense systems are designed to look up into space. The DFZF flies too low. By the time a land or sea-based radar could detect it screaming over the horizon, it's mere seconds from impact. There is not enough time to calculate a firing solution. There is not enough time to launch an interceptor. The laws of physics themselves become the enemy. The window for interception collapses from minutes to seconds, and then to zero. Imagine a scenario in the South China Sea. A U.S. carrier strike group, the heart of American power projection, steams into contested waters. For decades, its layered defense of destroyers, cruisers, and fighter patrols made it untouchable. Now, from a launcher over 1,500 kilometers away on the Chinese mainland, a DF-17 is fired. The carrier group has no warning. The glider separates and begins its hypersonic assault. It's not just one, it's a salvo. Each one maneuvering, making it impossible to predict which ship is the primary target until the final terminal phase. The once mighty carrier, 100,000 tons of American diplomacy, is reduced to a defenseless target. The DFZF is the physical manifestation of China's anti-access/area denial, or A2AD strategy, a weapon designed to push the U.S. Navy out of the Western Pacific. The threat extends beyond the seas. America's vital forward-deployed bases, the bedrock of our Pacific strategy, are now held at permanent risk. Andersen Air Force Base in Guam, Kadena Air Base in Japan. These are no longer safe havens. They are fixed targets. A conventional DFZF warhead, striking runways and fuel depots with pinpoint accuracy, could neutralize these bases in the opening minutes of a conflict, preventing the United States from ever joining the fight. China wouldn't need to sink our carriers if our fighter jets can't take off. In 2021, after a test of a similar, though more advanced, orbital hypersonic system, America's highest-ranking military officer, General Mark Milley, called it very close to a Sputnik moment. He was not being hyperbolic. He was issuing a dire warning. While the U.S. has been developing its own hypersonic prototypes, programs like the Navy's Halo and SM-6 Block IB have faced delays and even cancellations in mid-2025. Meanwhile, China has already fielded multiple brigades of the DF-17. They are not experimenting. They have deployed it. A dangerous gap has opened, and we are on the wrong side of it. And Beijing is not standing still. The DFZF is just the beginning. The next generation is already in testing. Imagine swarms of these gliders, communicating with each other, guided by artificial intelligence, to overwhelm any defense we might one day devise. We've seen evidence of air-launched variants, potentially carried by bombers like the H-6K. This untethers the weapon from fixed ground launchers, creating a mobile, unpredictable threat that can be launched from anywhere over the Pacific. There is talk of equipping them with advanced sensors, allowing them to hunt for and select targets autonomously. This is not just about building a single missile. It's about creating an integrated kill web, as one U.S. Space Force general recently called it, where satellites find the target, and the hypersonic missile becomes the inevitable executioner. It's one piece of a comprehensive strategy to achieve military dominance in their region, and perhaps beyond. In short, the DFZF is not just another missile in China's arsenal. It is a weapon that has fundamentally broken the rules of modern warfare. It has checkmated a generation of defensive strategy and investment. It holds America's most valuable military assets, our carriers, our bases, our allies, at risk in a way we have not seen in our lifetime. The comfortable era of American invulnerability, guaranteed by oceans and technology, is over. The hypersonic bolt of lightning can now cross those oceans in minutes, and our shield is not strong enough to stop it. The next war will not be won by the nation with the most aircraft carriers, but by the one that can deny their use to the enemy. With the DFZF, China has proven it can do just that. The question is, how will America respond? What do you think of the DFZF missile? Is it the ultimate checkmate, Or is there a countermove we haven't yet seen? Let us know your analysis in the comments below. If you found this breakdown valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe to Global Strategic Analysis for more in-depth reports that decode the future of warfare. Your support helps us continue to bring these critical issues to light. Stay informed. Stay vigilant.